The Too Rich to Miss podcast. All right, what the deal, everybody? You are now tuned into your host, the hottest voice in cryptocurrency, Mr. Too Rich, and we are live. We are live on Too Rich to Miss on YouTube, and we will be live on some other platforms here as well. Here, we're going to see how all of this goes and how everything works out. Back in the building like we never left. You see it. We are looking at some really interesting things that's been going on in the market. Been really working on and adjusting some things in the background and building the studio out. And when you start to build things and take things apart, you discover some problems and issues. So what we have going on today, we are going to be talking about the market. We are going to be talking about institutional money that's coming in and snatching up all of the Bitcoin. Will Bitcoin kill credit cards? No. We'll be talking about this is just an interesting article and just another way in what's happening out here and the potential that's going on in the world of crypto. Looking at the market, everything is green right now. We are live, so we are going to see how everything goes. We are live via Streamlabs. You know how it goes around here. The only real color that matters is green. Let's get it. The Too Rich to Miss podcast. Welcome to Too Rich to Miss Unscripted. You're now tuned into your host, the hottest voice in cryptocurrency, Mr. Too Rich, the Southern Urban Voice. And this show is all about giving you the tools, news, and reality that you can use to make the most out of your cryptocurrency journey and avoid getting wrecked and make some sick gains. Let's get it. The only real color that matters is green. The Too Rich to Miss podcast. 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 All right. And we are working out the kinks as we do this live right here. And fortunately, no one is seeing the issues and errors that we have going on right now. But as we go through here and work this thing out and talk about a few things, let's go through and look at the market and talk about what's happening. The big boy Bitcoin right now is at about $18,689.38. Ethereum at $570.03. XRP down a little bit from what's going on from the Flare Spark tokens that they're going to be dropping. So they're down about 10%. That's not unusual. So looking at everything over in the altcoin forest, everybody's kind of green today. Nothing real major happening out there. Some of my gems in the bags are pumping and going in the right direction. But today I want to go through and talk about how we got a lot of Bitcoin that's pretty much being sucked up and bought right now. I tweeted out earlier that I don't think the price of Bitcoin is going to go over 20,000 until pretty much all of the institutions have bought up all of the over-the-counter Bitcoin. So we're going to see how all of that works out. You heard it here first on this particular episode on this live broadcast, and we'll be doing some more of these, especially if we got some good software that's working and working with us and going in the right direction. Streamlabs is moving in the right direction right now. So as we go through to be able to talk about all of the wonderful things that needs to be talking about. So now, granted, in this article, they're talking about, we got this from Tyler Winklevoss, and everybody knows who he is, one of the Winklevoss twins. And, and granted, now, yes, what I'm saying overall is different than what the substance of the article is talking about. But my overall point is the same. When we're talking about all of these things and these different articles and these titles, you kind of got to look past what's really going on and see how this is something that can benefit you and what you need to do. Now, depending on your perspective, obviously not investment advice, but depending on your perspective and depending on what you want to do and what you're trying to do, if you see institutional money buying up all of the Bitcoin and you have a long-term horizon and you understand the principles of supply and demand, then if an asset it has a fixed supply and institutional investors are buying up the supply faster than it can be created, it's only a matter of time before before Bitcoin over the counter is going to be almost impossible to get. Then we're going to see the price go insane, because now it's going to get to the point where the only people who are going to have real Bitcoin are going to be those of us who've been accumulating and have it in our wallets. And at that particular time, we're not going to be selling, because we're going to be holding on even harder, letting the price really shoot up to get to the levels that we want to get to, so that we can really see these six-figure prices in the price of Bitcoin. So all of this, I said all of that to say these are the things that I gather from these articles when I'm looking at and bringing these things up. Moving on to the next article, I just found this to be interesting. Will Bitcoin kill credit cards? Short answer, no. At the end of the day, credit cards will always be a thing, one way or the other. Granted, I do think that as time goes on, everything is going to be over here in the blockchain in one way or another, or there definitely will be blockchain options for all of these things. So do I think that there will be credit cards that are backed by some form of cryptocurrency, especially with all of the things that Aave is doing over there? One of my blue chips that I like and that I've been investing in, that I enjoy, and then with all that they have going on, or with, you just never know. There's so many things happening in the DeFi market, and it's a baby right now, and it's really small. So no, Bitcoin isn't going to kill credit cards. Credit cards are going to be over in DeFi, and there's going to be a company or companies that are going to go through and be getting that credit card interest money. That's going to be an adoption play. The credit card companies, they'll be slow, but they'll be over. So no, Bitcoin isn't going to kill it. No, not in the least bit. Let's go through and talk about this. I thought this was a really interesting article when I stumbled across this one. Digital artist Beeble sells $582,000 of crypto art in 5 minutes. Oh my God. Beeble, a visual artist, is selling non-fungible tokens, unique blockchain collectibles, on Nifty Gateway all weekend. 3 open edition NFTs generated $582,000 in just 5 minutes, according to the site. The Winklevoss twins acquired Nifty Gateway last year. What in the world did this guy sell? Do they have a picture of what he sold? Is that it? I tell you something now. I am going to be the first one to tell you that I am not as up on these NFTs as I should be. But let me tell you something now. There's definitely some things going on. And once again, this is one of those DYOR situations. When it comes to an article like this, it definitely lets me know from an investment perspective, it's interesting. It's interesting, and it lets me know that in this NFT space, there's something happening, there's something going on. So from an from a value investor standpoint, if I can talk today, I look at this as I definitely need to be doing more research into this NFT space and really seeing where the investment opportunities lie. Because, I like to go through and deal with and jump on I like to get into the protocols. I like to invest in in what I like to say, the foundational things, the blue chips of it all. So that's kind of where I am with it. Now, what we're doing here, once again, just kind of transitioning
the Too Rich to Miss podcast.
Transitioning here and just talking and going through and dealing with Streamlabs OBS and really working this thing out, getting comfortable here in the booth with the new settings here and just looking over everything and kind of seeing everything. So if I pause here for a second, I am hoping that the stream is actually not pausing. I am moving on purpose. Really just to kind of see how everything is going. I'm going to go back and look at this a little bit later and see here in a minute and see exactly how this goes. We are definitely going to be building up the channel, and if all this goes well, you will be seeing me more back every day, 5-6 days a week, talking about this wonderful cryptocurrency news and giving you some more things that you can use and giving you all of the wonderful investment advice and, well, not investment advice, but investment commentary in this cryptocurrency space and giving you some education when it comes to some different tools that you can use based on whatever your goals are. And just always be advised that I'm not a financial advisor. None of the things that I say should be taken as financial advice. This is all just educational information, and these are my opinions and what I believe. And, everybody's situation is different, and your situation is a little too complex to be narrowed down to the views of one or two YouTubers. So always go through and make sure that you invest in a professional that can really sit down with you and tell you what you need to be doing with your situation. Channels like myself and others, we are here to provide you with tools and tips that you can use, that you take back and see if it works in your situation, or you adjust it you adjust the tool so that it does work in your situation. So with all of that said, we're going to end this stream today, and hopefully this live went through well. And if it did, it's on with Streamlabs OBS. We will be, and do check out my other shows. Check out the Real Greg Kelly Show on Real Greg Kelly Show on YouTube. Check me out and follow me here on YouTube and Twitter, Too Rich to Miss Unscripted. Like I said, for all of you independent free thinkers out there, if you want some really entertaining content that's different, that will cause you to think, go over there and check out my show that we're producing over there. The team is out there live on location doing some things right now, gathering content, and we're going to be live with them. My other guy here that works with us, the guy Rafiq, man, he is a boss out here with it. He's out there working on projects, mixing and mastering things right now. We're all going to be in the box tomorrow, working it out and getting some things done. So this is Mr. Too Rich, the hottest voice in cryptocurrency, your Southern urban voice, signing off. And we're going to update this thing, and we will see what wonderful things we can get going on for a stream on Monday. And for all my independent free thinkers and for my people that want to be entertained, check out the Real Greg Kelly Show. He'll be live tomorrow afternoon. I'll check you out on the next one. And as always, the only real color that matters is green.